That's so nice.
Yeah, we're excited for her too. She reminds me a lot of you.
Oh, wow. Cool.
That's, that's a great thing.
Thanks. You're sweet. And my sister is on and we're waiting for her new team member, Paul.
Yeah,
So,
she beat you.
oh, here he is.
Susan, is your new team member on?
No,
If
ma'am.
not, give her a call.
I tried to call her. She didn't answer.
Okay. Call her again.
Okay.
Paul, can you turn your video on at all, your
Good
camera?
morning, Paul.
And this is George. I can't wait for you to meet George and all the other awesome people on here. Frida is a huge executive, like multi-million-dollar person, and I don't know, she's just such a great entrepreneur as well. And George, multi-millions.
Okay.
But
All
he'll tell
right.
you.
Okay, everything is perfect now. Let me mute everybody, and then we start the party. Good morning, and thank you for coming this weekend. I know many of you could be doing something that you feel is better, like watching Saturday morning cartoons or things like that. That's what I used to do anyway. But anyway, I'm super excited talking about, first of all, what we have in our team, and second, I'm super excited because in 4 weeks at this time, we're already going to know the new announcements, including, hint, hint, a new product that is coming up. At least that's what they told us. I hope they do it, because if they don't announce a new product, I don't come back next at the Saudi after the calling case. But yeah, super excited. Well, today, let me tell you a little more about the onboarding. When I started in network marketing, I didn't have a clue about what I was doing. We didn't have any training at all, because the person that sponsored me didn't know anything about the business. He didn't speak English very well. And you say, well, probably he spoke Spanish. No, he didn't. He was Chinese. And to communicate with him was very interesting, because we didn't have Zoom at the time. We didn't have social media. We didn't have any of that. It was so hard. I was understanding probably one of every 5 words that he said, and probably he was doing the same thing with me, you know. But he found a book, and he sent me that book about how to build a business in network marketing by John Challenge. And we started using that book as our Bible at the time. Now, that book is totally outdated. I found it a few months ago. I said, whoa, there are many things that don't apply anymore. Because what I was telling you, if you are not spending at least $500 a month in long distance calls, you are not doing well. Because at the time, you had to pay in between 18 to 25 cents a minute for every time you make a long distance call. And he also said you had to be mailing at least $500 in tools every month. Well, we don't need that anymore, because we have the links, we have everything's digital. I mean, I was saying, wow, we had to spend a lot of money when we started. But although the book, the basics are amazing, and we started doing that book. I would say the first 6 months, I was what they call epic failure. The kids use that a lot. I was not doing anything. Then probably the first year, around the same time that I found the book, I went to a seminar with Bob Proctor, and all the things started changing from that point on. And then within, I would say, 3 or 4 months after going to the seminar and getting the book was about the same time. I went full time. I didn't need to make a lot of money at the time to go full time. It was like $4,000 a month, but that was in the 90s. And then from that point on, the business changed. And at one point in the project that we were before for 15 years, we got a huge organization that covered all the countries where they were involved. And we were selling probably around $2 to $3 million a week in products, I would say about $120 million a year in our team, our whole team. And these were the products that they were using, they were sharing, etc. It's still about 60 or 70% of my team was in the US and Canada, but we have people in Europe, we have people in Asia, we have people in South America, we have people in Mexico. It was really a fun ride, but then things start changing, and that's when we decided to change. Now, I created this training because I didn't have anything when we started. We did the first time that what you see today is we had it in the company that we have the we were there for 15 years. We created something very similar. And that was a big game changer because people that were in other countries or the upline was not working with them, the sponsor, they have a place to go. Now, this one is better because technology is way better, what we created. And I'm going to start sharing the screen right now. All right. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, oh, this is the presentation for later. You want to make a lot of money? That's the second part of the presentation. Okay, I just giving you a teaser. Okay, all right, this is our site. Let me close this window. All right, now it was done in a way that it was easy to navigate. When you get to the page, it's the same that the link getting started. You have, and I'm gonna go a little quick through this. First, the welcome getting started checklist. This is something that's important when that you send this copy of this letter to people when they join, or they can do it on their own. When they click here, this is actually a PDF file. And the PDF file tell you the first steps to do when you go into the business that basically are the same that you see on the first page of this internet site. This is different from the letter that you receive from the company. This is just our team. And then you receive this letter and tell you how to go into your back office, etc., and how to set up your Smartship, etc. The page, the internet page follow the same process. Now, the next one, how to create the Smartship. The reason that's so important to create the Smartship is one, first, you want to make sure that you receive the products every month, and second, one of the cool things about our pay plan is that you never lose the volume that you have not qualified for, and you carry it forever. But if you, for some reason, you forgot to order, that volume goes to zero. But anyway, here it tells you how to get into the Smartship, the reasons, etc. It's very simple. The next part is the 3 app. I love the 3 app, and they are adding a few more things at the convention. I think they are going to announce it on Saturday morning, probably around this time. We are going to be in the room, and they're going to be talking about the 3 app, and they are going to be talking about the new features. Now, you can download it in the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can have an Android or Mac. It doesn't matter. The cool thing about the app, and we have trainings about the app, is that you have basically all the tools that you need there when you want to send information to somebody. Somebody asks you, okay, I need more info about the products or certain product, you send from the app, and you have videos, you have PDF files, etc. The cool thing that when the person or the prospect is opening that link that you are sending, you receive a notification, a text notification said that so-and-so just opened the video, open the file, or etc. And you can even track if the person opened a video, if they watch the whole video of only 5 seconds. That's really cool. It's great to track your business. You can have all the prospect there. And we have a few trainings about the app. We are not going to go into this right now, but how to use the app. It's very simple, by the way. Even when you download the app, there is a place where it had like a little hat. It's a learning hat. When you click there, there are several trainings on how to use the app. And also about your regular business, and it's very powerful. The trainings are most of them are less than 10 minutes. I don't think there's anything that's actually 10 minutes, and you got to go through those trainings. And at the end of the few videos that we have, you on that training, you're going to be an expert on the app, on the basics of the app, because there's a few things that they don't talk about yet because they're in beta yet. Or however, we can use some of them now. But they are going to be fully released at the convention. We have the videos, different videos that we have done about the app that you can follow, and you can it's a great tool. But anyway, again, this is the first page. Then this is the community app, and this is a place where we have announcements, links that are basically the same links that you see here, but these are in an app for the trainings. There is a tutorial here that show you how to use Shout. And this is a link. If you want to join through a link, if you have your phone, you just point your camera at this QR code, and then you go right into the system. But first, if you have some challenges, make sure you go to the video tutorial. It tells you what to do. Very simple. Now, back office tour. This is important because give you a tour of the back office. There are videos that tell you also how to set up your Tree wallet. The Tree wallet is basically where you're going to get paid. And that's where you set up your Tree wallet, get it ready to get paid, and then you just follow the instructions. And if you are just an individual, it's very simple. If you want to do a corporation or an LLC, it's a little more complex because you have to send some paper, but you can do it either way. By the way, if your goal is to have an LLC eventually, you don't have to do it right away. You can do it a month from now, or a year from now, it doesn't matter, or a day from now. The product education, this part that's here is so important, but not because you have to learn everything that is there. This is because it's a good way where you know where the information is. Now, most of the information that you see here is also on the app. That means that you can send a link from here, from the site, but the best is using the app because you can track who or when the person is coming to your site. But here we have the studies. You click here, and we have the different studies. Here's the absorption study, the epigenetics study. That is how our products affect in a good way the DNA. It's an amazing study. My opinion, besides the absorption, actually the epigenetics for me is the most important of all, because this is the first time that has been done on a nutritional formula study on how they affect the genes, several of the genes in our body. It's amazing. But anyway, you can read it, by the way, but unless you have a background in nutrition or health, probably 90% of the stuff that they are talking about, at least I don't understand this. Now, here we have different videos by Dr. Dan. We have interviews with Eddie. And by the way, we have those interviews also in a channel. Actually, we have more updated. We have to update the new ones, this one. Although all of them are good. This is an invite link that you click here, and when you invite people to the Wellness Wednesday. And here, by the way, are all the calls. I'm not going to go into that yet because we are going to touch that in a second. We have videos about the medicinal plants that we have, research that we have in Thailand, videos. And this is for your own knowledge too and education. Not that you have to learn all that. Every product, and by the way, again, like I said, these videos and PDF files are also in your app that you can send to the person. But we go even beyond that. Here we include the medical dossiers, for example. An example, this is one of our products. This is Vitalite, and it's talking about all the medical dossiers. And this is mostly for people that are very into, they understand this. I don't. They are talking about the different ingredients, how they work at different levels, the affecting diabetes. I mean, holy cow. I started reading for that, so this, but after a while, for me, it was another language. I didn't get any details. I just know that the products work, that they act so well, because we had the studies and we affect in a good way our system. But look at how long is. I don't know. I know probably we have some people, because we have around 3,000 medical or health professionals in our business, in our company. I'm sure some of them, I doubt the majority, but some of them probably have gone through all this. Look at that. That's so cool. I say cool, even I didn't read it. But every product has something like that. The Vitalite probably is the one that has the longest one because it's a combination of so many ingredients. But all the product has the dossier. I just click, for example, the immune. Here, the same thing, the immune. You have some of the clinical dossier, etc. All the products have one. And of course, the fact sheet, but that one is also on the app. The fact is basically the highlights of the product, the key ingredients, all the ingredients. It's really cool when you are printing it out for somebody and you see it has even a QR code. But here we have, like I said, all the products. And then we have additional links here. When somebody says, well, where is manufacturer? Because for quality control purposes, it's very important that they are manufactured here in the US. Here it tells you where it's manufactured and the certifications. Repeat the clinical dossier for all of the products. We have a different PDF file. I mean, all this, I had to give, originally somebody else created this site for us, but the person got sick and she stopped doing it, and I had to give credit to my wife because she did a lot of the work to make sure that looks nice. She did. I help obviously with the links, etc. But she is a person that's very artistic, and that's why the page looks nice. I think I did most of this page actually because I was the one collecting the videos. But she did most of the site. It's very amazing. Let me go back to the first page. All this is found on the first page. And then we had the team calendar and the business training. Business training, that would be the first thing that would go. As a matter of fact, we may move that up because we've been talking about that. These are the 5 steps. It's step 1, make your list. Step 2, connecting and inviting. Step 3, presenting. Step 4, follow up, and then the onboarding. And here, the cool things that has links. Create your name list, and then it sends you, oops. Well, I'll send you to the launch right away. We have to fix that link. Although you can, you can do that. Sharing your story. We did a training yesterday about your story. Here are the basics. We are going to talk about it in a second. And then the second step, inviting and the connecting and inviting the scripts. We have the different scripts here. By the way, you don't have to learn that by yourself. The best way to do this is when you actually do the presentations with the person that introduced you to the business or invite you to the presentations, because that's the best way to learn. Yeah, we have the talking points, we have everything there, but the most important part is that you are working with your upline. Don't do it by yourself. It's like if you are going to medical school and you decide to, instead observing what the doctors are doing right away, going into people, you're going to kill a few patients. It's why it's so important that you do this with the person. Yes, you go through here because you have the connecting and inviting, for example, you have all the scripts. That's really cool. You have the forms here. For example, this is the basic practice, and we are going to go into a second on that too. Also, we had the step 3, that's presenting tools like this, the presentation that we do on Thursday night, the company does, you can download it. You go there, and then you have the different presentations, the link, and also the links for the presentation that you can download. We have another site for another link for that, but I just give you a general idea here. Step 4, the follow-up call, how to book a follow-up call, the closing scripts, overcoming objections. But again, all these, you make sure that you are doing it with the person that invites you, because that's the fastest way to learn. And then the step 5 is the onboarding, the way we are doing now. The enrollment form, the welcome letter that I send you already. Onboarding is to a video similar to this. And the team calendar, where you see all the events that our team and even the company has, and they're clickable. You can find more about this, about the team. This is a lot of work. This was done by assistant Tasha Nunez. She has done a great job, because that is a lot of work. Jeez. And she's also part of our business. And then here they have, again, another link to the scripts. We have links several times that you can find something, because something, and this is my personal experience. Many times I have a website for training. Each link is only once to one place, and then I cannot find that link. Here we have it in several places. Where to find the scripts? Well, there's in several places. Information about the products in several places. For example, and now let me go to business resources here. Okay. Okay, here's launching your business. Now, where does it go? You see, we saw already this. Make your list, connecting, inviting, presenting the opportunity, and follow up and onboarding. You see, we had that link twice, actually more than twice. You are going to see later that it's someplace else. Tools for presenting, we saw already that. Team order form. I recommended that you come here and print several of these that you are going to use when you are signing up somebody. Even if you are doing it over the phone or online, I prefer to take the whole thing myself, all the information, and then I put it into myself. And let me tell you why. You can do it, for example, sending somebody and you are on the phone with that person or on Zoom, that person is doing it on his own or her own. But let's suppose that for some reason the internet goes down or a person that cannot find something on the line. And then some people say, oh, no, then I'm not going to do it today. It's why I prefer to enter all this, and then I show them how I did it, and that way they learn. I enter all this and I enter it myself. And I make sure that there's not any mistakes at all. That's why I prefer. I know some people once in a while, we have the go-getters that sign up on their own. They see our link, sign up on their own on our site. But it's better when you actually take the information down. And again, this is the team owner. Tracking forms. Okay, this is for me the most important part when you are doing the business. And let me tell you why. For those of you that have been in business, you know that you have to track everything that's happening, everything that comes in, everything that comes out, how many prospects have come in and out. If you are working for a company, you know that they track everything. But many people come into this business and they say, because it's so easy to get in and say, oh, I don't have to track anything. Yeah, you have to, because you have to make sure where you are, because if something is not going the way that you think, you go to the tracking form to see if you are having the activities, etc. The most important for me are the top three, but all of them are important. But this one is where you create a list. You see the first one of all the people that you want to connect. And of course, the top 10, that would be the people that usually you are afraid to talk to, but they are the most successful or have the great personality for the business, etc. Now, and below here, let me make it a little bigger. We have what we call memory checker, or some people call it memory jogger, where this helps you to write names. And by the way, when you do this, you probably are going to go over 100 names. The reason is because it's important that you connect with the people that you know, because you don't want one day, because that has happened a lot, and has been to me. It's why that you go to a meeting and suddenly you see somebody that you know in that meeting that has been recognized, or she or he has been recognized for reaching something. That happened to me. I have in a list when I was starting in network marketing. I made my first list, and there are some people that I decide not to connect to, because I decide for them. I say, oh, this person is too successful, or this person is too old, or this person is too young, or this person is not going to be interested. One of them, I said, this person is too successful. He was a builder, a contractor, and he built strip malls, and he was very successful. He lived in a beautiful home in Naples, Florida, and I decided not to connect with him. And I have him on my list. And he liked me and the family, etc. He was coming to my church, and he invited me to his church to do a presentation one time. And I didn't connect with him. I said, no, I'm not connecting with him. Well, I went to a meeting in Naples. I was living at the time in Cape Coral, Florida. I drove to Naples, and top leaders were coming in Naples. And I was sitting in the back with my small group. I had like 10 people there. And then suddenly I see this guy coming. I didn't recognize him when he was walking out to the front of the room. And then I see that he's making sure that several rows, he has some people in several rows that they are saving chairs. And when I see this guy, I say, holy God, don't tell me that. No, it can be. And then when he's coming out again, I stand up and say, hey, George, how are you? We start talking, and then I say, what are you doing here? I don't know why I asked that question. Obviously, I knew. Well, the guy, oh, well, I just joined. As a matter of fact, he has over 30 guests on that. He had joined just 5 days earlier. He went to become one of the diamonds, or probably blue diamond, all the way in Naples. I miss that guy. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars per year because I didn't write his name. Another example, and this is even probably worse, and this top income earners in the company I was to, he also was $1 million income earner. He was telling the story of how one day he received a call from his mom, and he was already successful in this company. And his mom was trying to get him into the same company where we were. He never called her because he thought she would never do something like that because they were already good financially. Can you imagine your own mom is signed up by somebody else? You don't want that. You don't want that. But that's an example. But it's important that you keep track. This one, the third form, the one that say track form, when people come to me and they say, you know what, the business, my business is not going well, and I always ask for this because I want to see if they have filled this every month or every week. Some people are go-getters and they're doing it every week. Or names that they are going to connect, 15 that they are going to look at the information. We see how many of the 30 are looking at the information, the 15, and usually 5 in row of 30 or 15 people that see information. Usually the numbers could be better or could be worse. It depends. When you're starting, if you're working with your upline, your numbers are going to be always good. But if you're doing it by yourself, obviously the numbers are not going to be as well. It's so important to keep track of this. And this is for yourself and for the person that sponsor you, because you want to make sure that you're in this business. Now, some people, when they say, yeah, but I don't have time to keep track. Yeah, you do. You just write this once a week. Write every name of every person. Thank you. And then you connect with the people. You have to make sure you can even if you have only 5 hours or 1 hour a day, 5 hours a whole week to do the business. This, just to keep it in the tracking form, is something that takes just a few minutes to write the name. I usually do it on Sunday night. As a matter of fact, I don't have my new one here. I had the one that I printed out for to do tomorrow. You see, it's a new. I'm doing a new list of 100, but that I don't know where the other one is. Probably I have in my other office. But anyway, this is really cool for make sure that we keep track of our business, because that's the way that you see where you are now. It's not just for us or for your upline, it's for yourself to make sure that you are in the right, doing the right things. Okay, tracking form, let's keep going. Here, we have a game product training. This is the same one that you saw before. It's just that, like I said, we have it in different places, because in that way, you always know where it is. This is really cool. I say really cool. Team presentation. Well, you go here, and then this is a presentation that you download. It's downloading again. I always forget that. This is the team presentation that you download in your computer, iPad, or even in your phone. I have done presentations in rooms from my phone and AirPlay to the screen. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite things. In the past, years ago, when I started, I had to travel with a projector and my laptop and everything just to do a presentation. Today I can do everything from my phone. It's so darn cool. But anyway, health professionals, and we are going to go into a second more, because here on top said professional program. Health professional, this is a presentation. I don't do many of these because I usually like to look for people that want to build the business. But many times we have health professionals like our friend Dr. Jessica. Jessica Bordon is a friend of us, and we did a training to her team how to carry the products. And that was when this part of the presentation came about, because we didn't have it. What if we have more health professionals and other people health professionals? Well, when we click here, there's a professional, there's a link specific for when you are presenting to health professionals. It's really cool. Script for success. We already saw the script in the past. Well, here we have a direct link. Again, scripts. You see all the scripts are there. You can go through all of them. But again, the best way to learn is not by learning the script by heart. It's by being on a three-way or in the Zooms with your team member. This is a link for the pay plan, and we are going to do a presentation of the pay plan after this. And now this is social media training. This is something that we've been developing. Here, this is the link for a 10-day attraction marketing strategy. This is one of the many things that we are going to be doing in social media. We have the training recording here. We have quick links, and the quick links, by the way, is for the company. Quick links. The 3-asset library link. By the way, this is really cool. I'm gonna show it to you really quick because I think it's super cool. Okay, here we have different assets that you can use to put on social media, or you want to create a little pamphlet yourself. It's really cool. You click in Purify, for example, and they have a lot of videos, mostly pictures, but you have a few videos on Purify that you can post on social media. This is really cool. Where do you find that? Let me go back again. Okay, all right, this thing is shared too. All right. Let me erase this. Do you find this on Quick Links? Probably with Dr. Dan. This is the channel with Dr. Dan goes presentation. This is the team channel that I'm gonna go in a second, the YouTube channel. It's a great place. I mean, amazing place. Okay, all right. Oh, what happened? Oh, never mind. Okay, and then we have landing page. We've been updating this, but this is really cool. You can update this, and this is on the training how to upload this into your app. And this is actually a full presentation. And I updated a couple of things, but I'm going to keep updating. And you probably have seen on the internet all those sales pages that you find. This is like a sales page, and it goes through pages, page by page, through everything. You see, here is an example of the product. We have a product. It's not as detailed as the product information, but detailed enough that even a person that is very analytical is going to love to go through here. Next pages, we are going to do neurocosmetics. And then the last one is the one that explains the pay plan. I have a new video that I'm going to be publishing, when I mean publishing, uploading next week that's going to replace this one. But this one is really good. It's not that it's not good. And this is the landing page, 3launch.com. This is really cool. And then we have the workbook where you set up your goals, etc. This is basically, let me get out of here. This is basically where you find all the information. I know it's so much information, but at the same time, I just want to make sure that you know that everything that you need basically is already in somewhere, and basically it's in this page. Also, you have a great guide with the people that bring you into the business because they already know what they are doing. It's very important that you are with them or you are doing presentation with them. I know people that sometimes come into the business. I talk to everybody, and everybody say no. You say, "Whoa, hold on a second, but you have not put me with anybody on the phone. Why the heck you talk to everybody?" And I said, "Show me the page, where they have the 30." And nobody has written that. And maybe they talk to 5 people. I say, "Whoa, 5 people is everybody." and they talk too much. This is a business that has earned me millions of dollars. This is not something that you just go in and out, talk to everybody, and you become a millionaire. No, there are certain things that you have to do. Of course, it's much easier than any business I have done before. I manufacture perfumes. I was in the real estate investing, but this is much simpler. Like, make sure, because it's much simpler, that doesn't mean that you are going to ignore the basics. You have to work with the person that bring you here. The skills that you develop here are amazing skills that are going to help you in many other things. But at the same time, it's simple to learn. It's not like studying any other profession that you have to go for years before you learn the whole thing, the basics. And the cool thing that you can make money while you are learning, because you are working with the person that brought you into the business, and he or she is connecting you with the team, because all of us work together. This is the beautiful thing of